Welcome to the Base-Ment. I'm Hannibal. These are my thoughts. Let's talk about rules. In everything there are rules, and there's always one underlying rule for everything. That's pretty much do unto others as you would have them to do unto you. Or let's just go even better. Do unto others in a good and positive way. Now, there are several reasons for doing this. And I'm going to hit you with the old cliche first. You never burn bridges because you never know which ones you may need to cross or have to recross. I'm ambivalent on that one because some bridges were meant to be burned, blown up, torn down, destructed, recycled, whatever, man. Maybe not even recycled because you probably should not have crossed over that bridge in the first place. Those do exist. They're called forbidden zones, and we know when we go into the forbidden zone. So, again, I'm ambivalent on that one. But I do agree we should not burn or destroy good pathways. Okay? We should also learn from them. When you come out of those pathways, you cross those bridges that should not have been crossed, and yeah, you burn it and learn that I don't want to rebuild that bridge, maybe. All right, moving on. 1, 2. You never know where somebody's coming from. You never know. In that same vein, you never know where they're going. So you may have to cross that path again. You may have to see them. You may have to help them along that path. And again, you don't know what somebody's going through. See, quite often we draw our conclusions based upon the perception of which we first get, not knowing the whole story. That's why it's important to get the whole story, folks. I always say there's 4 sides to every story. There's his side or her side. And then there's his or her side or their side on the other side. There's the outside, what people on the outside perceive. And then there's what really happened. And what really happened is not dependent upon either side. It's just a statement or a listing or a logging of those things that did or did not occur. Okay? Now, again, you never know what someone is going through. And you never know how your interaction might set them off or push them over or crush them or uplift them. Because that's what we should be seeking to do, is uplift one another. We should be seeking to be good and positive beings to each other, one another. And here's one for you. And a lot of people really don't think about this. A very good reason why you should always be that positive of yourself and do unto others in a positive vein is because you never know who's looking up to you. That person may look up to you and may be one of their close associates, friends, family members. They may look up to you, or it may be the person standing behind you that hasn't said a word but is observing what is going on, observing the interaction. They may look up to you. Or depending upon the interaction, they might have looked up to you. So, see, doing unto others and being positive unto others is not just about a return or about uplifting them. It is about creating good and positive energy within within this universe. Because good energy is what all organisms thrive off of. Even inanimate objects thrive off of good energy. And let me break that down. Well, how does an inanimate object thrive off of good energy? Because let's just say, let's take a piece of furniture. How much more inanimate can you get? Let's take a piece of furniture. Let's take a TV stand. If there's good energy around that TV stand, you're going to wipe it off, you're going to dust it off, clean it off, maybe polish it down, put a little lemon oil pledge on it, keep it nice looking. But now if there's negative energy around it, might just be getting kicked around, scuffed, or maybe you just don't touch it at all, and so it builds up residue, and maybe bugs get inside of it, and it just deteriorates in place because there's no positive flow of energy around it. Windowsill. How about that? Windowsill. Same thing. If there's no good and pleasant energy around that windowsill, it collects dust, it collects bugs, it collects cobwebs, and it just builds up. And it will eventually stain that windowsill with the dust and whatever else. I don't know. But you get my point. And it's the same thing with beings, especially around our bodies. See, we are affected by the frequencies within and around us. So if we are around negative frequencies, well, guess what? It's going to affect us negatively. But that's it. Affect someone in a positive way. Do unto others good and positively. Not just about getting or showing or putting on a facade, but about truth. Thoughts from the basement. I'm going to go and try to be a good being. Join me.